Coming up on Look Today, the vice president of the Association of American Colleges gave a lecture today in Saratoga Springs. I've got the details. And more news on the discussion of raising New York State's minimum wage. I've got those details. And Hoosick Falls Central School held its Beard Off fundraiser. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Neil Tater. Now he's a Grammy ballot musician living right here in the North Country, and he's here to talk about his work as an improvisational musician. I also sit down with Michelle Smith. Now she's from the Saratoga Children's Museum, and she's here to talk about the recent gala and upcoming events this spring and summer. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Tia Brown McNair. Now, she's the vice president of the Association of American Colleges and Universities. Well, she delivered a lecture today at noon at the Saratoga City Center. Now, the lecture covered topics of diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion. McNair's lecture was to further inform people on SUNY-wide policies. Now, these policies will promote more diversity on the campuses. Well, in other news, there's been much discussion on the topic of raising New York's minimum wage. Now, following Governor Cuomo's proposal to raise it to $15 by 2021, Assemblymen have voiced their concerns that it will hurt upstate economies. Well, one Assemblywoman, Carrie Werner of Round Lake, will soon introduce legislation to set the minimum wage on a regional basis. Now, she recognizes that the cost of living differs in various regions of the state. The biggest divide in New York, of course, is the city versus the upstate areas. Well, switching from news to weather. Well, expect freezing rain and some snowfall tonight. Do you hear me correctly? So let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, with construction season upon us, National Grid conducted simulated roadside workstations today in Saratoga. Now, they highlighted the importance of work zone safety. Many motor vehicle accidents occur, as well as encroachment upon construction sites during roadside work. Now, on-site crews would like the public to be more aware and take the time to exercise more caution when navigating through sites. Now, we spoke with Dwayne Beach. He's a safety advocate of National Grid.
The only thing I'd like to say is please, for everybody out there, treat this, very seriously with today's technology, whether it be a cell phone or in your car with the new technology they have with dash cams and everything in there. It's very important that you pay attention. 1 second taking your eyes off the road could lead to a catastrophic incident with a member of the public or employees. So,
wow, he brings up a lot of good points there, especially because so many of us now talk on cell phones and or text. All right, in other news, Hoosick Falls Central School held a Beard Off competition yesterday. 6 teachers and staff members got their 4-month-old beards cut off to raise money for a scholarship. Now, the fund is in memory of Isabel McGuire, who passed away 3 years ago. She was a lifelong resident in Hoosick Falls and did much for her community. Now, we spoke with Robert Vieira. He's an art teacher at the school about this event.
Since then, since the first one, we've been recruiting more people. We've been growing beards since approximately November, and we sell raffle tickets and t-shirts with the student body in the community, and they, in turn, donate that money to the scholarship fund in her name.
You know, Robert, there are beards, and then there are beards. I just got to ask the guys in the control room, don't we have a picture of this guy without the beard? I'd pay big money to see that. All right, up next, I sit down with Neil Tater. He's a Grammy ballot musician and composer, and he's here to talk about his work as an improvisational musician. It's a wonderful interview. Plus, I also sit down with Michelle Smith from the Saratoga Children's Museum, and she's here to talk about their recent gala and upcoming events this summer and spring at the museum. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea or join us for an interview, give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.